Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I am your girl, Creatrix. Okay, so before we get into the tarot, I have a very important message to relay to you all. Okay, so this was a download that I got. I know I've been on a little hiatus, and this was a download that I got maybe 3-4 days ago. Okay, it is a very profound download, and I hope that y'all can follow me, not because you can't keep up, but hopefully I'm articulating it well. So the download that I got is what is happening right now. Okay, so we are in the beginning of the end times. Okay, we are being ushered into a new phase of reality, a new phase of this game. Okay, this earth realm game that we're all here to play. Okay, those of you that have been following me for some time now, you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. We're here to play a game, and the name of the game is evolution. It's change. Who can evolve? Who can become different versions of themselves, ascend. Okay. Oh, that is my puppy Ampu, who's making all that noise right now. And I feel like it's significant because it's like a rat race, right? That's what it has been turned into. The ascension process doesn't need to be a rat race, and we don't need to be in competition, but that's what it has become because of the illusion, right? Part of this game is looking past the illusion of the material world, right? So we have people thinking that evolution means having money, having materials, having things, right? When really the evolution happens in our internal world. We evolve within, and then the materials and all of that stuff, they begin to flow naturally. Okay, but a lot of us, right, a lot of the people that are currently in power, they're impatient like a child. Like, you see my puppy is whining. These are people who have not grown past the toddler stage. All right, spiritually, these are people who want it the easy way, who don't want to do things the hard way, even though the way or the path that the Most High places for us, the path of the Christ consciousness is the easiest way. Like, it's a very powerful path, because once you do the work of looking past the illusion, it's really smooth sailing. And yes, it does require humility. No, you will not have the best of things for some time. Now, I won't even say a very long time, but for some time you do have to live without the comforts of the illusion, right? And ignorance can be bliss. Sometimes with great power comes great responsibility, and that responsibility can become burdensome to some people, or they can choose to see it as burdensome, right? But the truth is, whether you are immersing yourself fully and totally into the illusion, versus whether you are choosing the path of evolution and growth, and being real and wanting to win the correct way, which is the only way to win. Because when you cheat and you win the easy way, yes, you might get the outcome that you want, but it's very temporary, and karma is very real. I watched this TikTok where this person, a bunch of people were actually talking about how karma isn't real, and karma isn't real because the people who do the dirtiest, nastiest things, they always end up on top. But the truth is that type of recognition or reward is temporary, and there's still an emptiness, right? The true reward is emotional satisfaction, spiritual satisfaction, contentment, right, in and of yourself, and independence. It's true freedom, right? Nobody can mess with your intuition. This is what the Most High is offering. Nobody can mess with your intuition. You become a master of self. You don't feel like you need anybody. You don't need anybody to survive. You don't need anybody to tell you what to do. You don't need anybody to inspire you. Okay, you are the source. You become the source of your own inspiration. your own love, your own happiness. That is true freedom, and that is priceless. And that's why you cannot buy it with anything material. You can only earn it through your hard work, right? And a lot of people are afraid. They don't know where to start. They don't trust themselves enough. There's so many deterrents because of the illusion of the material world, right? So anyway, what's happening right now is the let's call them the chosen ones, okay, quote unquote, for the purpose of this video. It's real corny, okay? Saying chosen is real corny, but literally there's people in each family group, right? Or like in each lineage that have been chosen, sometimes multiple people that have been chosen from the same lineage to carry on the DNA, the traits, the characteristics of that certain bloodline into the next leg of the journey, right? And so what's happening is a bottleneck effect, okay? Genetically speaking, biologically speaking, okay? I studied biology and I never thought I would use it, but here I am using it. And it's so funny, but a bottleneck effect in biology or ecology is when a certain species, like an unnatural event happens in a species, right, or an environment, and then you get a major culling of the species, and the species then loses a large amount of genetic material because the members of that species, all of a sudden they pass away due to an unnatural event, right? Which is, in this case, the unnatural event that's happening is divine intervention, which happens every so often, okay, in this earth realm game when it's time for the earth to shed its skin and begin the game anew, right? So there's a bottleneck happening in the human population where you have these chosen few who are able to ascend, which is going to get them through the gateway, which is going to get them through the pathway, the passageway, which is there's only one way to get through, and it's the righteous one, right? The path that everyone fears, that most of us are so far away from. Most of us see, like, how many of us, when we think about Christ in the Bible, if you're familiar with Christ in the Bible, or even Krishna, or any of the Christ figures, right? Yeshua, Krishna, whatever, right? How many of us feel or think that we can walk that path, right? Being abstinent, fasting, not talking shit about anybody, abstaining from, drinking or doing drugs or anything that harms the body, treating ourselves like a temple, loving ourselves fully, going against the grain, allowing people to spit on us, mistreat us, gossip about us, and never reacting, not once. How many of us feel like we can actually walk that path? It's very few of us, right? And that is the path to ascension. There's no if and buts around it. But the thing with religion is that religion uses that rhetoric, that narrative, and twists it in order to be able to say, like, oh, look at this Christ figure, he died for our sins, we have to worship him, right? No, it's not about worship or not worshiping. The problem with religion is that they don't put the Christ narrative or the Christ story in its proper context. Okay, when you put it within the context of this is a game and the Most High is teaching us how to win the game, it makes much more sense, right? So when we talk about, okay, Christ chooses love over revenge, right? Why do we have to do that? Religion doesn't explain why. Like, why should I turn the other cheek when somebody's doing me dirty or hurting me? It's because of strategy, right? It's because of strategy. Because when you attack somebody, that is a form of witchcraft. And there are points. You can look at karma as points, right? Like a point system. So when you are able to be in control of your being and not let anybody force you to react, when you are in full control of your body, of your emotions, of your thoughts, of the way that you react to things, then you gain points, right? That's part of evolution. That's a part of the freedom that I was talking about, right? Like you, you and only you being in control of your body. But when somebody gossips about you, when they hit you, when they try to get a reaction out of you, right? That's a form of witchcraft. They're trying to get points out of you. They can take your so-called points, okay, your aura points, or however you want to see it. So being in control of your body and choosing love, right? It's not always love for other people, even though that is also part of it, right? But it's more so love for yourself. And once you have true love for yourself, to where you have so much discipline, because love is discipline, right? You can't love yourself without discipline, okay? And you can't discipline yourself without love. So you love yourself. The reason why the Most High or Christ consciousness requires us to choose love of ourselves is because when you love yourself so much, you ignore everyone else's attempts to hurt you, break you down, hit you, and they literally can't. When you don't react, when you don't give in to what they want, they literally can't break you down. You become like stone. You become so hard, so impenetrable. That is the God-like part of you, right? Is the discipline, is the ability to only be you and only you in control of yourself, right? It's not about, oh, you let people shit all over you, talk shit about you, hit you, molest you, do whatever, and not do anything about it because that's what God wants you to do. God just wants you to be a punching bag. No, it's about strategy and winning the game here. Okay, it's about a test of your will. It's about evolution. It's about strength of the mind. All right? The Most High is wanting us to be the best version, the strongest version of ourselves, and looking past people's petty attempts to break you down is like the ultimate way to regain your strength, or empower you, to challenge you to be better, right? And that's why we are always going to be under attack unless we end that cycle of reacting to the attack. Unless you learn that lesson will continue to appear in your life, okay? So anyway, there's this bottleneck effect happening, where this is what basically the rapture is, right? It's a bottleneck effect where a few select member of the human species, right, the quote-unquote chosen ones, who are carrying the various characteristics, traits, genetic material of each of the family lineages, are chosen to pass through this gateway, right? That's why it's called a bottleneck effect. The neck of a bottle is really narrow, right? So only a few members of the species can pass through this bottleneck, and it's like a gateway into the next realm, into the 4D, the 5D, or whatever the case is, right? And then you get the rest of the population who didn't make it through. They're stuck. They don't make it out. Okay, they're stuck, and they kind of like time out. It's kind of a timeout, and they kind of like, okay, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. It's kind of like they just die off. That's what I'm getting. They just die off. The rest of the population just dies off naturally without any intervention. It kind of happens naturally because they're stuck in this loop of self-abuse, abusing each other, unaliving each other, being treacherous, competing. Like they're not learning the lesson, so they stay in this continuous loop and they kind of die off. And these are the people. What happens is this bottleneck, this gateway that I'm talking about, it's very gate kept by the Most High and by the ones who do the Most High's work, right? The ancestors, the certain ancestors, certain ancient beings, extraterrestrials, okay, high ranking ascendant beings. They are the ones that are overseeing this bottleneck effect happen, right? And this is what happens naturally, right? This is what is described in the Bible, and this is what happens naturally. But on the flip side of that, the message that I got is that the people who are in power now, okay, the quote unquote enemies of humanity, who are the elites, the ones whose names we don't even know, the ones whose faces we haven't even seen, yet who are controlling the majority of the planet, okay, or who at least think they're controlling the majority of the planet, right? They are trying to create a fake bottleneck. They're trying to hijack the work of the Most High. They're trying to prove that they are God as well. They're trying to play God. This is what everything's about. This is what science is about. This is what research is about. This is what psychology and controlling humanity. This is what it's all about. Is these people, these 1%ers, and maybe even one person in particular, right, wants to switch places with the Most High. They want a destiny swap. The Most High, like, how ridiculous is that shit? So what they're trying to do is, and I'm talking about Bill Gates, I'm talking about billionaires, Elon Musk, okay, Trump, I'm talking about all of them, and so much more that whose names I don't even know. They are trying to use science, right? And science is just the study of spirituality, the study of nature, which is spiritual, right? So science is just them studying the Most High, basically. They're trying to create a fake bottleneck where they get to choose who passes through to the next generation. That's what they're trying to do right now. So they're trying to poison, they're trying to create a fake catastrophe, right? Where the majority of people, including the quote-unquote chosen ones that the Most High has already arranged to go through the bottleneck into the next, generation, or into the next leg of the journey, they have devised plans to off them, to off us, right? And that's why, as chosen beings, we are not meant to eat certain meats. We're not meant to eat meat at all. Okay, at this day and time, all right, we cannot eat meat. They're poisoning the crap out of the meat. They're poisoning the food source, period, but they're doing worse things to the meat. Like, you are not going to ascend if you're eating meat, period. Okay, shout out to the animals. Like, I love my animals, and I'm not high and mighty right now. I'm talking about strategy. I'm talking about, do you want to make it through that bottleneck? And it's not about fear. Okay, look, ignorance is bliss. If you don't make it, you won't even realize what happened. Okay, the ascension process is going to be very quiet. It's not going to be like a rapture that everyone's expecting, like, oh, all of a sudden, like, it's not like little extraterrestrials beaming us up into space. No, it's going to be very quiet. The chosen ones, they're going to find their path, and they're going to ascend quietly. That's the benefit of being in a meat suit, is you can hide a big, high, mighty, high-ranking spiritual being in this meat suit, and you wouldn't know who I am. You could pass by, walk down the street, and don't know that I'm the Most High, if that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? You walk in right past Archangel Michael incarnated, or Lucifer incarnated, or whoever the case is, Beelzebub incarnated. You would never know, right? That's the purpose of the meat suit. So, we have to let go of the meats. We have to let go of certain articles of clothing. And these are all things that I yet have to do as well. Okay, we have to let go of certain articles of clothing because they're poisoning us through the clothing. Okay, like it says in the Bible, and I am not a Christian person, but I have to admit that the Bible, there's a lot of truth in the Bible. Okay, but the truth is misconstrued because there's a lack of context, and the religious people do that on purpose, right? So the type of clothes that we're supposed to wear, make it cotton. Try to wear cotton as much as possible because they are poisoning us through the clothes. Hair products, like, just use as much natural stuff as you possibly can. Okay, it's not about breaking your bank or breaking your body or hurting yourself to get these things, but you do the best that you can with what you have, right? Um, yeah, have a restrictive diet, all right? Try to drink the best kind of water, okay? Spring water, fresh spring water is the best. If you can eat from a garden, like that's the best, eating from a garden that you cultivated yourself, okay? Um, yeah, so there are a lot of things that we need to do in order to ascend, and the number one thing, right, is to connect with our guides, to connect with the ancestors, the extraterrestrials, the ascended masters, the beings that were assigned to us for us to be able to navigate this game, right? Our connection, our communication with them, with our own intuition, is the number one top priority, more important than what kind of food we eat, more important than what we're drinking, more important than what kind of air we're breathing, more important than anything is us, you, being able to connect and clearly, concisely, and frequently connect, communicate with the beings sent or part of your spiritual team. Okay, because I'm not supposed to tell you don't do this, don't do that. I'm not here to do that. You're supposed to already get that information from your guides, right? So nobody, that's part of the ascension process, is you're not going to need anybody, any external person, any external being outside of you should not be telling you how to live. You know what is good for yourself. Follow your intuition. If your intuition tells you, I don't want to go to the doctor, I don't want to work a 9 to 5, I don't want to do this, it doesn't feel right, listen to that intuition. No matter how crazy people try to make you feel, no matter what society tells you is correct or incorrect, or you should do this that way, you got to take the jab, or you got to eat this, or if you don't get this much protein you're not going to survive. No, all you need to do is connect to your guides and drown out the fear, drown out the misinformation. That's what they're afraid of, and that's the kind of person that's going to get through the bottleneck that is happening. Okay, so so basically these billionaires, they're trying to hijack the bottleneck effect and choose those that they want to pass through the bottleneck, all right, into the next leg of the journey, into the next part of the game. But it's so ridiculous and so silly for them to believe that they are higher functioning than the Most High. That's why the Most High is the Most High, because there's nothing higher. Okay, and like I said before, it's really the Greco-Roman pantheon that's orchestrating all of this. If you haven't watched my other video about this, I think it's the video that I posted right before this one, or it's like 1 to 2 videos ago. But I talked about how the Greco-Roman pantheon, Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Aphrodite, not all of them, right? Like Hermes is not one of them. Hermes is not, or the one that they refer to as Hermes, he's not on their side, right? So it's not all of the Greco-Roman pantheon, but a large majority of them and the most powerful of them are going against the Most High and trying to destiny swap with the Most High. All right. So yeah, that is the message that I got, and I'm so glad I got it off my chest. It was very important for me to deliver that message. And if you get anything out of this message, please let it be connect with your own spirit team. And if you want to know how to do that, I have a really simple way to do that. That voice in your head that's talking to you, talk back to it. Talk back to it. Clear everything from your mind. Focus on that voice that speaks to you, and talk back to it and see what it says. And realize that you're not creating a conversation with yourself. You are experiencing something that is both external and internal. Okay, and so it's part of you, and at the same time it's not part of you, it's outside of you as well. Okay, so talk to that voice, and that's an automatic connection to your guides, and you will get to meet more of them. Okay, there's always an initial guide. There's like a guide that kind of like lives in your mind. There's an initial one that's always with you, always talking to you, right? And then the rest of your spirit team, they might come in and out. You might see them at different times of your life or different phases of the day, whatever the case is, right? So you'll get to know the rest of them after you get to know that one initial one. All right, and it's a process, and it's not a race. There's no race against time. All right, time is a construct. Time could be moving quickly for you, slow for me, but you know, and we could be moving at different paces and still get at the same place at the same time. You know, and it's all part of the magic of having your spiritual team with you, because that's what they can control. That's what they can help you control, is time and progression, evolution. All right. So yeah, that is the message. We can get into the tarot now. Okay, today's my son's birthday. He has a dinosaur themed birthday today. Okay, crown chakra opening could be very significant. It could be something to where your crown chakra is opening and it could be making you feel kind of sad. I just heard like reckless. All right, like you're gonna see how reckless other people were with you. That people that should have loved you and taken care of you and treated you with care, those people were very reckless with you. Okay, this is part of the crown chakra opening here. It's going to make you very powerful though to have your crown chakra open. Okay, so it's just part of the journey. You are going to feel, I just heard emotional damage. So it could be a lot of emotions that surface as your crown chakra is opening up here, and your guides are orchestrating that. Like I said, with time, it's a journey. So I feel like they're helping you walk through that path of opening up your crown chakra. Okay, very important chakra. They all are, but crown chakra is very important. That's your Christ consciousness energy. Okay, that's opening up here, and it's gonna make you feel a lot of compassion and a lot of pain. It's gonna connect you with the rest of the world even further. So you're gonna feel what other people are feeling even more strongly than you already do. Okay, it's like a connection with humanity is happening, and it's necessary for you to be able to tap into humanity, because there's a level of power that you are given. Okay, on this journey, you are meant to affect people on a whole different level. Like you've been given this power because you've proven that you can handle this power. You're not going to abuse this power, that you are able to I'm getting like read minds, implanting ideas, messages. All right, like you have mind control abilities. That shit is crazy. You have mind control abilities, right? And you will use them in a way that's not going to I just heard the word profound, but you're going to use them in a way that is responsible, is what I'm getting. And that's why your crown chakra is getting cracked open. And there's a lot of people, there's so many people who don't know what to do. They're supposed to move forward, they're supposed to advance, they're supposed to evolve, but they just don't know what to do. So you're being given this power to be able to help move humanity along in general. Okay, it could even be other chosen ones. Okay, is what I'm getting. Like you could be the leader through this bottleneck, is what I'm getting, or one of the leaders that goes through the bottleneck, and you have to lead the other chosen ones. You have to allow them to see that it's possible. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. Leader. Okay, you are a leader. And it's something about you looking like you look funny, not in a bad way, but it's like people are like so surprised. You don't look the part, right? You don't look the part. You don't look the part at all. Like, it could be your race, it could be your age, it could be just everything about you is like, you're the leader, or you're one of the leaders of the chosen. Like, you don't look like you would lead anything. Maybe like you're too innocent, too nice. You have a youthful spirit, possibly. Okay, yeah. You are receiving something, is what I'm getting. Page of Wands, I'm telling you, it's like you have an innocence about you, and that's what's moving you forward. Like you're very childlike, curious, and it's like a fearlessness. That's why it's like you're receiving something that you're just gonna stumble upon. Like you're just gonna stumble through the gateway of the bottleneck, and it's gonna look treacherous and scary, but because you're so focused on what's in front of you, and like you see how she is like walking across the bridge with the, you know, just having fun with her magnifying glass and being curious. She's not even realizing that the water under her is like rushing past her, and if she falls in, that's the end of her life, you know? Like it's something like that, to where you're not even realizing how dangerous it is what you are doing, but you're doing it anyway because you can't really see. Like you're so content, and like, you're so content, like la 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 la. That's what it's giving, like just a childlike, vulnerable, yet fearless type of energy, and you're stumbling upon something that's very valuable. This is something that everybody wants. This is what the elites want. If they, all of the billions and trillions of dollars, there are elites with trillions of dollars. All of these household families, like the Rothschilds and the I forgot what else, the monarchs, the English monarchs, and all these billionaires and stuff. This is what they want, but they can't buy. They can't buy it. All the money in the world cannot buy the ability to go, like, to buy your way through this bottleneck. I'm telling you, you can only, it's just within you. It's within you. It's something you can't buy. It's something you gotta earn. It's something you gotta earn. 5 of Wands. They can fight all they freaking want. And this is why a lot of them are jealous of you, is what I'm getting. A lot of them are so jealous of you. They're so envious of you. Actually, it's more like envy, because they want to covet what you have. Your knowledge, something about your knowledge. You know how to get through this thing. It's like encoded with your DNA. You don't even know that you're doing it, but you're doing it right now. But to you, life could be boring or mundane, or like you're waiting for something. It could just be like every day the same thing, or you're feeling like maybe uninspired, or just kind of like not knowing what direction to go, but you don't realize like you're doing something. It looks, I know it sounds crazy, but you are doing something. You are moving along through this journey, through the path. Your ascension is the most important thing. Your evolution is the most important thing. You are making progress internally, even though externally it doesn't look or feel like that. The game is all internal, and if you have watched my videos, you know that I keep saying this because it is. And you're going to show the world that the progress is internal. It's not about how many hours you put into your job, or how many hours you put into your self-employment or your business. It's not about how much money you have or how many cars you have. It's about what's in here. This is what's going to get you through this earth realm game. It's what's in here. And in here, you are rich as hell. You are not even a trillionaire. You are a cajillionaire, an infinityaire, okay, whatever it is. But this is something they can't buy. It's like insatiable is what I'm getting. They have like, if they could, if these people could eat you, like literally tear into your flesh and eat you, they would. They want to be you so bad. They want to become you so bad. They want your secrets so bad. And I feel like there is a plot. First of all, you're very protected, but there is a plot to like dissect you, or like to look into your, what you know, into your life, to study your DNA. They want to do this so bad by getting close to you. They want to lure you out of your position, right? This could be like the government offering you a job, or this could be like these big companies offering you a job and asking you to be part of their company. And you're too smart for that shit, okay? Four of Cups with the 6 of Wands. You are way too smart. They're jealous. They're watching you from the sideline be comfortable and happy and successful. And they have, look at them. They have all the money in the world, and they still feel empty inside. Like they can't do something, like something is missing. Right? And here you are. You don't have material possessions. You don't have the best and the finest and the most exquisite things in the world, yet you are successful. You are successful, and not only that, other people know you're successful. You're riding high, you're sitting high, okay? And it's time for you to embrace that shit. Embrace that shit, because you are the shit. And all these elites are seeing you that way. They know you, and you don't even know them. You are the celebrity here. You are the star here. I don't care if you're not on the news. I don't care if you're not in the paper or on the radio. They know you. The stars know who the real star is. And that's the way your spirit guides did it. That's the way the Most High designed it. And of course, they would never talk about you. They would never mention you. Of course not. Because they want to keep you a secret. They don't want the world to know that their plans are failing, that they are less than you, a little girl or a little boy as, energy vibe that you have. Look at you, all innocent, unsuspecting, normal, or like, just like little old you. And you are just, you're shutting down this whole group of elites that do have meetings and, worship whatever the hell they worship, and, are building these huge structures, and, are employing thousands and thousands of scientists to figure out what's going on in the world. And here you are, this little person, just a single you, and you have the code to reality, to humanity in your DNA. You just know shit. And they're like, it's not fair. It's not fair. Like, why not us? Why didn't we get chosen? They're having like a tantrum. They're having a tantrum just watching you be happy. And they're sending shit your way. They're doing all the spell work, all the magic, everything that they could imagine. I'm telling you, these leaders, these elites with their money, they find strength in their money, or they thought that their money would give them strength, until you came along and you showed them it's not what you have, it's what you know, it's what you feel, it's what you embody. And they're pissed. They're pissed. They're bitter. They're bitter. They're bitter. Some of them even want to procreate with you. Some of them want you to have their baby, or for them to have a baby with you. Okay? Some of them wish that you would carry their seed. They do want to procreate with you. Because they want to survive. They want to mix with your bloodline. That's why it's important that you stay abstinent at this time. Okay? Stay abstinent at this time until the Most High reveals to you who your person is. Oh. No, my dog did not just have an accident. That's why she's over by the door looking at me like, she knows what she did. It hasn't even been that long since I took her out. Alright, let me end this message soon, alright? Yeah, something is going to be known real soon. Something is going to be revealed to the world, whether they like it or not. They're trying to keep you hidden here with the hermit, okay? But something is going to be made very clear to the public, to the world, okay? For those who have eyes to see. Not everybody's going to see it, but for those who have eyes to see, and it could even be like after you've gone, or after these people are gone, it could be that, you know how like the Bible was written after Yeshua was already placed somewhere else. Okay, if you guys didn't know, Yeshua did not die on the cross, but he was placed in India. He was taken to India. Okay, but and then the Bible was written after he was gone, right? So it's something like that, to where once you have passed through the bottleneck, the people who stayed back in the old earth, in the 3D realm, they will know about you. Like, you will be legendary, right? there'll be books written about you. Word of mouth is what I'm getting to with the Ace of Swords here. Okay, people will be very clear about who you are and how you fought a very valiant battle. It's like you're gonna be a hero. Like you went through some treacherous journey with the Knight of Pentacles here. It's like you're somebody who's going to be seen as a hero. You went through a journey with danger and obstacles and challenges and a lot of pain and hurt, but you survived. Like you made it through. Like this is what I'm getting. It's like I feel like books, movies are going to be made about you. Like people are going to know who you are once you once this is complete, right? And they're trying to keep this a secret so freaking bad. And not only will you be known for going on this journey, you're going to be known for doing it alone. You're going to be known for doing it with no help, nobody to tell you what to do, just your intuition, just your spirit guide speaking to you. And that's how you're going to combat religion, because you're going to make it so clear and abundant to the religious population that spirit guides are real, that the Most High gives us our ancestors, our spirit team, ascended masters to work with in order to go through this journey of the earth realm game, right? You're going to make it abundantly clear what the truth is while on this journey, and that's how you battle religion. Okay, you're here to destroy religion. Okay, the type of religion that they use to enslave people, to keep people unaware, right? To keep people under an illusion, to keep them in what is it called? Round and round, like a loop, a cycle, right? Ten of Swords here. It's an ending. That's what I'm feeling like. An ending. And people, the Crown of Swords is giving me like a story. Somebody telling somebody a story orally, like around a campfire, like telling children, like an elder person telling the story of you around a campfire. Like, this hero or heroine went through this battle and she faced a lot of treachery, a lot of betrayal, a lot of savagery, right? Like his or her family betrayed her, her friends betrayed her, her lovers betrayed her, right? But she or he kept going forward. They kept trudging forward, going through all of these tasks, all of these trials, tribulations that they kept conquering. They kept going through. This is a gallant, whatever it's called, hero. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, it's like a story, like those stories that aren't told anymore about, like, the Odyssey is what I'm getting. Stories of heroes and heroines having to complete tasks and, getting hurt in the process. Like, yeah, you're going to be legendary. You're going to be legendary. People are going to talk about you for a very long time. Centuries is what I'm feeling. People are not going to forget about you. All right. I need to go clean up my dog's pee. Okay, my puppy. She turned 7 months. Almost a year. Okay, anything else? Anything else before I head out? Okay, I'm just gonna end it there. I love you all so very much. Okay, what is this Eight of Swords? The Crown of Swords here. Okay, somebody needs to realize that their intuition is steering them in the right direction. Somebody feels like they're stuck, is what I'm getting. This is a personal message. They need to learn to like cut out the chatter. There could be like other people trying to tell you what to do, what to think, what to say, and you need to cut it out. You need to follow your own direction. Okay, you're the one who has the clarity, right? And this is like a lesson that you have to learn. Something that you have to learn for yourself. Okay, somebody could be telling you something about someone else, and you have to see the truth for yourself. You have to make the decision for yourself, is what I'm getting. You have people in your ear. Oops. Yeah, it's very burdensome for you. Okay, like I don't know if you're asking people for advice at this time. Somebody is asking other people for advice and it's bad advice. Somebody's giving them bad advice and it's making them even more stuck than they are when you had the clear picture in the first place. Okay, it could be about love. It could be about going towards somebody for love, but you had the right idea and then you asked somebody else for advice and they gave you bad advice and now you're more confused than you were before when you should have just taken your own advice or listened to your own intuition in the first damn place. And this could be for anything, but I am picking up like a love thing. Maybe how you should approach a love situation or how you should approach somebody in love. You should always listen to your gut. Okay, you know what's best. Listen to your gut is what I'm getting here. Okay, so if you're feeling stuck, just listen to your gut. Just choose something and stick to it. Really, it don't matter. Your choices are always right. They're always right. Everything that you experience, you needed to experience anyway. Oh my gosh. Somebody's trying to keep you stuck on purpose here. All right, somebody doesn't want you to go towards somebody, a third party. Okay, there's a third party in your life. Could be friend, family, or whatever. They could be trying to keep you confused. All right. Yeah, so you have to listen to your heart. This could be like you're asking your friend or your family for advice on how to approach somebody or how to like talk to somebody new, and this person gives you well-meaning advice, but you have an ex or a third party in the background who's sending you spell work so that the advice that you get is confusing you, or just to confuse the situation in general so that you don't go towards somebody. Like you have an ex or a third party that's trying to keep you away from finding new love. So like it's better if you just keep shit to yourself. Like just keep it a secret is what I'm getting. Keep whatever you're doing a secret, especially when it comes to love here, especially if you're a masculine energy. Okay, 9 of Wands here. Your guides are getting like, no, they're not frustrated with you, but they want you to like do some shit on your own. It's like you're getting like you're taking hits because somebody's sending you spell work, or they're like trying to manifest that you're confused or that you're blocked from love so that you don't move forward. Okay, they could even be wanting to like keep you in player mode instead of being like an upstanding type of dude. They want you to be in player mode, or they want you to feel like, oh, I still have a lot of like sleeping around I need to do. I still have a lot of like things that I haven't experienced with other people or things. Your guys are saying like that's a projection. Somebody's projecting that onto you that doesn't want you to find true love here, because they feel like you could actually find true love. Like you could actually get with somebody who's like a top-notch person, is what they're feeling like. They're jealous. This could be a friend. This could be another, like this. I could be talking to a masculine who has another masculine friend who's jealous that they actually have a chance with somebody that both of y'all are interested in, but only one of y'all is being honest about who you're interested in. I'm getting that whoever you're interested in, there's a lot of other people who are interested in that person too. So just keep your thoughts to yourself. Like, that you have other masculines, even friends and family, people that you would trust, that would backstab you to get at the person that you want to get at, or they would backstab you just so that you don't find like a real empress or a divine feminine or like a real beautiful, wonderful wife or person to like have children with. Like either somebody's envious of you or they want they want your person to themselves. So it's better for you to just shut up and do what your heart tells you and don't ask anybody about advice. Okay? And it doesn't matter if it's a masculine or a feminine. Don't ask anybody for advice except your guides. Just listen to your intuition is what I'm getting here. Because they're trying to hold you back with the Four of Pentacles. They're trying to confuse you with the Two of Wands. Okay? and they're trying to make you miss your shot, miss your moment, miss your time. Alright, so it's better just keep this to yourself. I don't know if your time is now. Okay, like you got plans. You have plans and you've already made, like you need to solidify your plans is what I'm getting. Okay, as a masculine, you solidify your plans or you have something in mind that you're already wanting to do and people are just wanting to hold you back from that. They want you to be so confused that you missed your shot. Okay, and the girl that you're interested in or the woman that you're interested in moves on or something like that. Like they just don't want you, yeah, they want to keep you stuck. You're stuck here, yeah. And until this whoever you're trying to get at moves on or until you move on or something. They just want you, yeah. With the Crown of Cups, somebody don't like how you've become like an upstanding guy. Like maybe you were a player before, but now you're like, now like you're open to love. Like you have the capacity or the capability to really love and nurture another person, another human being, and that's very powerful. They see that as something that's very powerful because they can't get their shit together. Okay, like blessed is the man that can bless or hold down a woman, you know? Like the Most High is gonna bless the hell out of that king, and they know that. So you got haters around you, so just keep it to yourself. I'm picking up childhood friends, family, you know, your boys, whatever. But I'm picking up childhood friends, especially, and family. Could be a girl, a cousin, a sister, or something. Yeah, just don't tell anybody your business, alright? Love you all so very much. Hope this made sense, and I'll see you in the next one.